of damage in a very short time. After dropping from heavyweight to C55, when contender Carl Parisian pulled out of his championship, he sees it as a learning experience and feels it is only a matter.
Nick feels the same way.
Nick Diaz is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Brazilian and a knockout win over ruthless Robbie Lawler. He's only 22 years of age. Diaz is considered to be one of the welterweight divisions. He is a threat wherever the fight takes place.
When I fight, I'm going out there trying to kill.
Coming up next, Joe.
Championship. Joe Riggs has departed from his training team. Jeremy Horn, Tim Sylvia, Matt Hughes, defeated by the longtime welterweight champion.
He's a young guy. Like, guy started his career at 300 pounds. Now he's fighting at 170. Joe Riggs weighed 202 pounds. I mean, it's phenomenal that he's so big for this division. And, you know,
Joe Diesel Riggs made his welterweight debut against Chris Lido, knocked him out. The interesting thing, if you talk about the weight of Joe Riggs, I don't think...
You know what? Nick Diaz has fantastic endurance and skills in his victory over Jeremy Jackson, and he was always touted as being a Brazilian Robbie Lawler. A lot of people gave him no chance, but he kicked Robbie Lawler's ass in the stand-up. The fight that he had with Diego Sanchez, the whole backstage with him, you saw it in his fight with True Pickett, but he was punching him and saying, "How do you like that, bitch?" Jawing at each other, calling each other names, no love.
Jensen, maybe he was a little bit too overzealous in that one. For extreme athletes, available at GNC stores. To be afraid to use his reach advantage. Remember, he outrolled of 2004. Let's get this night officially started.
Live from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welter. Holds a professional record of 26 wins with 7 losses. Joe Diesel, red corner. This man is a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu fighter who holds 170 pounds, fighting out of Stockton, California. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Mario.
Center Super Saturday begins with Diaz. And here we go.
Nick Diaz pressing the action.
Nick's
rolling, trying to get an armbar.
We have seen him become so much more, Joe, but that is the best. And a brown belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, he's an excellent Jiu-Jitsu fighter.
Nick Diaz will try to go strength against strength. And 3 5-minute rounds, all will be 3 5-minute rounds tonight, other than and the natural Randy Couture.
I'm surprised to see Nick Diaz cut inside as well.
They really love to work the hands now. Riggs to gain the respect of the Milicic team during the long 70.
Well, he was training with those guys, with Jeremy Horn and all those guys down in Utah. And when Joe Riggs took the fight, they made him leave camp.
See? Yeah, he did. Oh, my.
Joe Riggs got dropped there, but
trying to get back to his senses, back to his feet. He got hit again.
Nick Diaz
straight right.
Now he's talking to him, too. I mean, he liked that bitch.
Good combination back by the Diesel.
And again, we have to take into consideration the fact that Joe Diesel put back into your system and a tremendous amount of water to lose. I mean,
I'll tell you what, if you go body against body, Robbie Lawler looked big. Was dropped real quickly by Nick Diaz. Diaz passed him up, and he deserves his shot at Matt Hughes, but then he was lands a right inside. Riggs seems to have his legs back. Well, the one thing we've always seen is Nick Diaz always comes into the pulling guard is Joe Riggs. As an extension of the Gracie family, you know Nick has felt that.
Perhaps that was a huge loss to the Jiu-Jitsu community, Carlson Gracie.
Well, the founder of rebounding, if you will.
We're seeing the replay. That's where Nick Diaz rocked him with that right hand. Cut and bang. That right hand to the top of the head.
Jeremy.
Okay, good job. Grab that
Billy Rush.
Let's go out.
Let's go. You're not tired. You're not tired. You trained harder than him. You're a bull. Go get away from the streets of Stockton.
Let's go. I like that dude. I love.
You know what? You love a fighter who fights with a chip on his shoulder.
Abs fight. And he likes to talk a lot of trash.
And I quote, he says, "I'm
fighting to anyone."
You got that right.
which is coming from somewhere on Nick Diaz's face. We can't see it from this angle.
Main event of the evening tonight on our pay-per-view is for the light.
For a second, that's got to be very disheartening for
Oh,
Joe
good
Riggs.
combination again, and he
Dragging him away from the fence.
from the clinch. When he was asked who his hero is, he said Randy Couture of all.
Southpaw. We're seeing him fight primarily in this fight with his left hand
Absolutely.
forward. That
Well, unorthodox, if you will, and swing for the fences. That's when he's dangerous, and now
perhaps, to me, it looks like he's tired. I think when you dry yourself out that much, it's very hard. 5 minutes. And to fight 3 5-minute rounds and just destroy people with those punches.
You know, and Summer's mentality is, Joe, go as low as you can. Go as low as you can. That's what Pat Miletich told him.
Well, I've seen that before. We saw that with Mayhem Miller. On the right-hand side, he's got the arm pinned. And Nick is a dangerous guard. He's got excellent triangles, good arm bar.
110 remains in round 2.
But he's threatened.
Tonight, it is the hottest ticket in Las Vegas.
He's got it. He's got a foot.
Who do you give this round to, Joe?
Nick Diaz.
All right. Clearly, round 1 belonged to Diaz. Good elbows, though, by Riggs.
And that's, we saw that in Chris Lytle. He likes, he's got an arm. He's
Paris Hilton is here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center tonight. The completion of the trilogy. Now holding the belt. Chuck Couture 1, Liddell Couture 1. It was Liddell in number about an hour ago with his team, the Iceman Liddell, back in his locker room, right backstage as well. And he told me, and I quote, I am mistakenly in the second meeting against Chuck Liddell.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
And final round for Diaz and Riggs.
Blows from Nick Diaz's guard. He didn't do so bad in the stand-up, but
I do get the feeling that he can't end it on the ground, though, that if it's really tough to knock out.
Yeah, Joe Riggs is, he's not in, it's going to be really hard for Joe Riggs to catch him.
We will be back here in exactly a month. Now, it will be right here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. Log on to Ticketmaster.com at night in the return of BJ Penn.
Nick Diaz is doing one of the himself and throw a punch. He knows Joe's a little tired. He's looking for the right opportunity.
King under is Diaz. Diaz, as you talked about, his hands are greatly improved, and we have seen his hands display prominently against Koji Oishi.
This has got to be very, very frustrating for Joe Riggs. Looking to get him to the ground. Try to. 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Watch the glove, Joe.
In my opinion, he's going to have to stop Nick Diaz.
Watch the shorts.
Here, re-enters the octagon here this evening.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Joe's
right. Now he comes with that left. Looks exhausted.
Looking for a takedown. He's got a leg.
Yeah, good sprawl initially, but no panic at all.
But you know what? Nick Diaz takes a tremendous punch. He takes
Riggs to leave an indelible impression inside the judges. Riggs may be getting round 3. I really do believe round 2 is pretty close.
He was close. It's close as well.
Yeah. Final seconds of the third and final round. The judge's decision. Cindy Crawford.
A lot of heart gutting it out. He was clearly exhausted. Fired.
Nick Diaz, octagon side with us, and how do you score the fight?
Very, very close fight. Riggs, so I gave the first round 10-9 to Diaz. The second round, last round, the deciding round, I gave it to Riggs. He landed way more shots. 29-28, Joe Riggs.
All right, he is the $6 million man, Lee Majors. And in the estimation of Eddie Bravo, the official decision, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, scores it 30-27, and Glenn Trowbridge scores the belt.
Riggs, here's Joe Rogan.
All right, I'm here with the victor, Joe Riggs. Joe.
He talked a whole lot of shit. He did that with Diego, but
Was that because of all the weight loss? I mean, you're well above 200 pounds.
He helps me so much, man. He's like an angel in my corner, man. I love him with all my heart. What's up, baby?
Joe, do you